Good Monday, everybody. Hi. Welcome to just a random live stream. Please make sure to make sure to ring the bell if you want to get noticed when I go live. And if you want to support the channel just a little bit, think about becoming a member or a super member if you feel like you want to support me. Good to be back with you guys. I hope your weekend and your week went well. I was personally really busy this week. Still is. This upcoming week, I have some tutorial to give to people over the internet, and I also have to get some technician ready to help me be at two places at the same time. I actually have to train a friend today in the room that I'm working with, so he can replace me from time to time. There. It's gonna be a rough week, but it's a good thing, meaning shows are coming back. Life is back. I hope your life is back out again. I'm gonna move this iPad just a little bit so it's not in the shot. Apple has enough publicity like that. They don't need me to advertise for iPad. I can still read your question from here. We're all good to go. And then, do you think it's funny that when I look at the question, it's the same place that you guys are looking in the screen? I think it is. Whatever. Slow start today. 3 people online. Hi. Don't be afraid to say hi. You know, those live streams are always rough to start with if I don't have any news. I just need some topic because this is something weird. Still, to this day, when I'm doing a live stream, people don't get notification. So it takes a while before people join in. So, from Neil. Hey, Neil. Hi from the north of Scotland. So, you are even higher up north than I am. Actually, yeah, in Canada, we think we're up north, but no, we're not. So, hi from Scotland. Welcome to the show, Neil. I think I saw you before. Adam, hi. Hi, Adam. Adam, I know. I'm sorry. I still didn't have time. Actually, my plan this week is to start the recording series. I start to work on that depending on what kind of week I will get. Mark, can I ask a question? Well, I think you just did, but no, actually, we are here to answer your question today. If you have something that you want to talk about that is live sound related, wing related, this is what we talk about here. No politics. No politics. Well, maybe sometimes right to repair, but I try to leave that to Louis Rossman. But yeah, Mark, the show is yours. If you have any question about the wing, we have option. I can show you what's going on with the screen with this view, and we can go look at what you need to know about your console. But like I was saying, hi, Handy. Luxembourg. Handy from Luxembourg. Is that how you say it in English? Luxembourg? I would not know. No, seriously. The drum tutorial, how to record with the wing, starting with the drums. I want to record a full song. This is the plan this week. This is what I got coming. I know I've said that for a long time, but I'm busy. I'm busy, and I cannot. I did not even release video for 2 weeks in a row, and I feel bad about it. This is the kind of stuff that got me worried. Like, I need to find some time in my week to do this, but it's, at this point, I'm like try to fit that between doing the dishes. I'm that busy. Thanks. I will give a shout out to my lovely life partner, Stephanie, my love. She is great helping me coping with that. She's cooking a lot recently. So for those of you guys who are in the know of what it's like to be out in the field, rushing your life out, doing live event when you have somebody at home, that you can rely on. It's a lifesaver. I could not make it without her. If she ever watched. I know sometimes she watched. If you ever see this, my love, there you go. I love you. Moving on. Totally out of subject. Sometimes live sound, life. As long as we don't talk about politics, pretty much. I love your content so much, sir. You are an inspiration. Oh, well, thank you very much for watching. I'm doing this for you, man. If you are not there, I'm just a dude talking to a camera in his basement in front of a console. So thank you for being here and not make me look like I'm totally crazy. Appreciate the fact that you're watching. Hold on. This video got 0 like. I myself gonna like the video. If you guys can also like this video, make sure that it's gonna be out there. It's helping. The few likes when you are in the same category as I am as a YouTuber or streamer, the few amount of like that you guys can give me will help me get higher and higher in the overall YouTube rank. Adam, man, I miss a lot of things from Montreal, especially the poutine. I could FedEx you one over, but we'll be cold once it got to your place. So I'm pretty sure you can find on the international everything that you need to make a poutine except the cheese. And I would not know if it's legal or not to send out cheese. Because Adam, you helped me a lot with the stuff that you did, video and everything. So maybe I can look at that and send you some fresh Montreal cheese. If I could get it overnight, it would still be good. Because the kind of cheese that we have on poutine can be set at room temperature for a day or two, and it's still good. So maybe I can hook you up with some cheese if you can find the gravy and the fry, which I'm pretty sure you can. So maybe I can have a poutine your way. A home one, even. We'll see. Mafia Gaming. Hey. What are we covering today on the wing? I don't know. This is a question that I need to ask you. Welcome back, my friend. But we cover whatever you guys want. This is why we're here. I don't plan these live stream except when there's a firmware update. But every Monday, turning on the camera, being joined by the wonderful people that you guys are, and we talk about whatever. Speaking of, Neil, what do you have to say? Have you come across random track change when playing music from the 2-track? Almost like Ghost Touch, but only in the 2-track player. I've experienced some problem with the 2-track player on my end with recording. Mine is glitching all over the place. I think the problem is using a really cheap USB key. This is what I use, a really cheap old 8 gig USB 2 key. So maybe that was my problem, but I heard also some people having problem with the 2-track USB in recording. But in playback, not much. Only 2 guy, I think. Recording, sometimes, and the answer is always a USB key is faulty, or it's a poor quality one, or it doesn't play well with the console. So, yeah, it's a hit or miss. But I have some good 64 SanDisk USB key. The one that you can buy at Costco. I don't know how international Costco is, but I'm using just a regular SanDisk one, and those were fine playing playback and recording. I did not do a lot of playback because my playlist is usually on my phone on USB key, but yeah, it's an option to use the USB, but having ghost problem on the USB, I don't know. Is there a way to test USB hardware function on the console? I don't think so. Hi, Jonathan. I would not know. But definitely the USB does not play well with every SD card. Using a top end 128 gig, you had a problem. Sometimes I'm gonna guess it's not the quality. Sometimes it's just a matter, or maybe the format. Is it formatted FAT32, or what is the other option? Is it just FAT 16-bit? Maybe that can help. But was it format in FAT32 as a? It's not GUI. It's the other one. It's a master boot drive. Was it formatted like that, Neil? We'll know. In between, I was while I wait for your answer, I will ask Mark. I will answer Mark. I will not ask Mark. Sorry, Mark. I will read your question first. Your video have been a lot of help to learn. Good. I landed my first job thanks to you. You want to kiss my ball head? Sorry, you can't. This is over the limit. Sorry, man. This is not what the kind of content. This is not a type of live cam that we're doing here. Far from that. There's other website for that kind of kissing on my head. No, you cannot. Sorry, I feel funny today, guys. No kissing on my ball head. But I appreciate the fact that you want to. Just don't do it. Seriously, if you landed a job because I taught you how to use the console and you just feel comfortable enough to do it, I didn't do anything. I just empowered you so you can do it. I did not land that job. You did. Congratulations. Was there any problem that you faced that I did not have a video about? I want to know that, because I tried to cover as much ground as possible with the wing. I pretty much cover all the, quick function that you need to access in the video in the past. This is why I'm diving down a little deeper in the recording, DAW recording. But if I miss something that is obvious for you, let me know. Neil, let me ask you. Is it changing because of track? Is this always skipping in the same place? Is it your conversion of file, let's say from a MP3 to a WAV 48K, that caused that problem? Or is it the USB encoding, or is it the flash memory on your USB that is not liking it, or the buffer? Just, let's try to find out what's the problem. If it's totally random, out of nowhere, the problem is either so it's probably the SD card itself that doesn't play well with the USB on top. Actually, if anybody in the know, in the chat, can answer me what kind of USB port is on top here. Is it just a USB 2.0? Could it not play well with USB 3.1? I saw the video from Linus Tech Tip today where they called the USB port on the new iPad USB Gen 3.1 2x1. Is it the same case that this USB here on top doesn't play well with other type of USB, because I don't know, the type of pin or type of connector doesn't play well with 3.1, 3.2, or however they called? Please, let's not start a topic of how the USB name have changed and are still changing over the year. But maybe it doesn't play well with something that is not USB 2. even if my SanDisk one, my 64 gig one, is a good quality USB 3.1. But it worked really well most of the time. Occasionally, it just changed the track halfway through the song randomly. Not a specific track. Behringer told you it's USB 3. The stick has to be 3.1. Interesting. So it's a USB 3. So it has USB 3 speed and USB. Oh, hold on. Can I? Okay, I'm gonna check something live. I try to look at the pin because a USB key or a USB receptacle, USB 3 has 8 visible pin inside of it, I believe. I did not read about that. It's just something that I realized that my USB keys have double layer. You have those 4 bar on the connector inside of the USB, but they have 8, so they are split in half. I don't see the other half here, so I'm gonna guess by looking at it, this is a port 3.2, 2.1. But if Behringer told you it's 3, I'm gonna guess they're right. It's 3, but I don't see the pin. So maybe they are deep. Maybe depending on the tolerance part of your connector, sometimes they could be. Could they be just on the edge? Well, no. Question from Mark here. Do you have a PO box number or a postal address? I want to send you a special gift. Oh, Mark. It's bad. Sorry, guys. I'm banning someone live. Mark, you've been blocked. Too bad. Well, I never know what to think of these. I don't understand that. If anybody in the chat understand why people would send, what is the fun? How infantile is that? To just go on a live stream saying stupid thing where I'm just trying to help people out. I don't give my opinion on much here. I just try to help people. So is it just people that come in on a random stream, come in, just say stupid stuff? I will allow this comment, Jonathan, because totally idiot. Much time on their hand. Yeah, probably. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say it. Low life losers. There you go. Not much we can do. Anyhow, Jonathan, you have a good question about headphone. So my left headphone port is dead. Do I risk sending it off or just make do with one? That's my dilemma. Really good question, Jonathan. My personal opinion on that. There we go. Let's give out some personal opinion here and shock people. Should you send your console back? I would say call your distributor. If the turnaround time is really short, do it, or at least open a ticket about it. So you're not, while we're still under warranty, because the wing's not been out for 3 years yet, so your wing is under warranty. Ask the turnaround time. Ask if you can, send it last minute for that to be sent back. But if you cannot, send it back, I would say as soon as the warranty is over, try to open your console and change the connector itself. Because my guess here is user error. You probably bend one of your headphone out in. You probably bend the jack connector out because it's. I'm sorry, a lot of stuff happening on the chat. When I'm speaking like that, I try to read what you guys said. But okay, seriously, ask for turnaround time. If it's too long, if it's not worth it, the connector is not that expensive. Just fix it yourself once your warranty is over. That way you don't. If you ever have a last minute touchscreen problem, you're not gonna have any problem with that. Thank you, Gary. Don't let that bother you. Some people have nothing to do. Some people bring others down. Yeah, well, actually, it's a thank you very much for reminding me that, Gary. If they tried to bring me down, it is because they put me on a pedestal higher than them. I don't. They do. So I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Moving on. You guys are quiet today. Usually there's more question in the chat, but I see all the regular one. Adam don't have much to learn here. He probably know his way around too. Jonathan, yeah, you've been around the channel a lot. Ivan Cinco, everybody, one of the old timer of the channel, if I should say. But yeah, I don't know if all the old timers are watching in playback, but I'm missing Rolf. It's been a long time since I've seen Rolf around. Illuminox, it's been a long time since I see you around. Who else is missing? Rob. Hey, Rob, if you're watching this in playback, give me at least a comment. Say hi, you're there. Gary, love your channel. Random question. Hey, man. What's written on your hand? Your tattoo. This is my arm. On my arm, this is my System of a Down tattoo. This is the Still This Album logo that is handwritten in Sharpie. This is my favorite album from the band. And also, while we're at it, I have a Metallica tattoo. This is my first one. Under this arm here is my worst tattoo, my least favorite one. Thanks, I don't see it every day. Actually, I forget about it. But this one is a tribute for a friend that I lost when I was 16. He was my drummer in my band. I don't play drum, but he used to be my drummer when I was a teenager. So we just covered the tattoo part of my body. Soon, I know this is like something else. I'm pretty much like you guys. I spend my money on console, not on tattoos. But I should soon get a full arm. This is the goal. And I've been saying that for 5 years and I still don't get tattooed. So if things are slowing down, which probably will next week, in the weeks that are coming, I'm gonna slowly have more time to get tattooed and do video about the console. My life will feel also less complete, but at least I will have achieved some stuff. Doing more video about the console and getting more tattoos. From Jonathan, question: Is it best to route, say, drums to a bus, then to a DCA and have that to the main? I did a gig yesterday and they used drums to main, to a bus, to a DCA. I couldn't figure out. Okay. I'm personally here's my whole sound philosophy. It's funny because I was having a conversation with a bass player friend this weekend, my friend Donald. We had a corporate gig on Friday. I didn't bring you guys along. I will try to change the vlog type to only when I bring the wing in on event that worth it. So, I did a second floor of a restaurant with a band in a corner for a corporate gig. Nothing to show there. Even if it was for a TV show, it was a rap party for a TV show. I'm not gonna name the show because I don't want to. I don't want to get views on that if the algorithm pick up on what I say. But all to say that it was a private event. Didn't want to bring a camera. It was boring. But I had conversation with my friend. Sorry, wrapping up everything here. My philosophy when it comes to do sound is to get the channel strip the way it should be. It sounds really large, but hear me out. If I want my drums to be compressed, to feel compressed, I do it on the channel strip for the main out. I make every single channel what it should be on the channel strip. I don't send my drum into a bus. I don't send my vocal into a bus. But sometimes a band that I used to do where we had 4 singers. It was an all-star band, with TV guys and stuff like that. The voice guys with actors, friend. They were good singer, but some of them were actors before singers. So they had problem dealing with their dynamics. What I did on my end to make my life easier is I put all the my 4 main lead vocal in a bus. I made the channel strip sound the way I want it to be, but when they were singing 4 leads or the 4 leads were singing together, some parts, some back vocals, some, we were doing the Backstreet Boys cover, Everybody. And in the chorus, they all sing together their harmony, but because they're dancing, they do not deal their microphone dynamic and everything perfectly. So what I did is compressing their vocal individually and compress it as a sum. Compress it together just to deal with the volume, not to add more compression or EQ on everything. But other than that, I never use bus. I'm not personally a bus guy. My drums sound the way they are on the channel strip. Send that to the main. Toms, same thing. And if I want to remote that, I'm going to use a DCA or a VCA, I should say. But the idea is to get the source right. That gives me 2 things. When I don't need an input, I can just turn it down from the main. And when I'm doing in-ears, I have great result doing in-ears that way because the band have a good source to deal with. It doesn't have, only a part of the equation of the channel strip. Because when you're doing drum into a bus and you recompress and re-EQ, doesn't always work if it sounds good up front, but not that much on the channel strip. When you send that out to something, yeah. So my approach is to just send everything, just make everything the way it should on the channel, send that out to the main. Just my opinion. It's up to debate. It's my way to do it. Ivan, you watched the stream in playback after that in replay. Thank you very much for watching, man. I appreciate every single person that watch in playback. Gary, English isn't my first language, so sorry for my grammar fault. I would not know because English is also not my first language. Funny enough, I never spoke a word of English before I was 18 or 19, roughly. And after that, I joined. I joined a band where half of the guys were Anglo guy, half the guys were French. So I mixed and matched and spent some times working in the English part of Montreal, work with more people that spoke English and just go with the flow over it. And, now I'm doing 2 hour, 3 hour of decent enough English that you guys watch my video every week and YouTube video in English too. So don't feel ashamed about that, Gary. It's fine, man. I would not know. Neil, do user know that F1 and F2 are the same as user layer? Hold on. Okay, what? Do users know that F1, F2, and F3, we're talking about the top one here, the top knobs there, are the same as user layer 1, user layer 2, and 3? It took us an age to work it out. Hold on. What you mean is the F keys here on top are the same as the user DAW whole. Okay, question for you, man. Is it the top row of the custom control or the bottom one, user? Because I don't have anything assigned to that now, but really interesting one I did not know. Hey, bonjour Pierre, member Pierre Peters for you Anglo guys. Newly a member. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup, Pierre. I appreciate it a lot. I'm going to jump to your question, Pierre, and we're going to move on to we're going to come back to what Neil was saying. How to get effect on bus. The way to get effect on bus is to use insert. I'm going to select here a bus. We're going to move on to my first one here, where I have an EQ, but I'm going to turn that off. There we go. It's out. But I'm going to use here the insert. Second insert will be post fader. First insert will be pre fader. Actually, the signal chain is here, as you can see it. You have your home, basically your input, bus type, compression. First insert, you can see a little logo that represents the fader here. Second insert, and the same sent out to the main. If you want to build a reverb, by example, what you need to do is select your reverb. I'm going to select a unused one for now, just for fun. Let's say that this is a reverb. It's not, but it's fine. And we're going to assign that reverb to the main out, because by default, it's not in the main. Because usually the bus, or in most cases, the bus are used to send out to monitor or to something else, not sent to your main. So enable your main here, your bus into that main, and you will have whatever you send into that reverb, into that bus, will be sent into the reverb if it's a reverb. If it's a online effect like an insert or compression, you're basically using that bus as a group that will go as a parallel if you are sending to the bus and send the bus into the main. And if you want to use it really like a group but with volume, take your channel out of the main 1, 2, 3, or 4 and send that out into the bus, and from the bus out into the main. I hope that answered your question. Yeah. Moving back actually to what Neil said. Okay, guys, give me a sec. I'm gonna just read another question in between, and we're gonna come back to this. When the more videos coming on Dente, I'm using M1 and it's not working. Any idea when M1 will support virtual sound check? If the problem is actually hi, is it Harjun? I don't know how to pronounce that. I remember seeing you around, buddy. Hi, welcome back. Good to have you around. M1 and Dente is three different things. The console, when you have a Dente card on it, the console just speak to the Dente card. It just send that out to a network. Dente, Odinate Dente, the company, need to catch up with what's going on with Apple. If they sell software that will be eventually compatible with M1 or not, this is up to them. And also, on the Mac side, maybe they can emulate network function with the Rosetta 2 software, but this is probably not working. If you're complaining about it, it's like three different entities that don't talk to each other or don't really interact with each other, but should. Meaning, Odinate should update their software if they want to go in the M1 route. I think they will, because most of their users are Mac user, or at least a lot of sound guy are Mac user, not exclusively. Don't take it bad if you're a Windows or a Linux user, or even if you're a Raspberry Pi user and you use the Wing with a Reaper version of Raspberry Pi, because I know that could work. Don't want to go there. No offense. But it's probably Odinate that do not release firmware that is compatible with the M1. I don't know what to do. I'm not in contact with any of those guys, and I don't know where I would get information on that. Try to contact Odinate Dente. They reply really fast. When I had problem with Dente product, they reply like within minutes. So I believe they are in New York. Maybe not. I believe this is what I got, but maybe not. Try to contact them right now. Send them an email. You will probably heard from them within 48 hours. Ask them what's going on with the M1. You are a Dente user. Tell them that you would need Dente to work for your recording studio, whatever you have, and they will probably tell you that they're working on virtual sound card for M1. Good luck with that. Honestly, I don't know. Even myself, I want to jump on the M1 wagon with the M1 Studio, but if Dente doesn't work, not a showstopper for me, but eventually I will, probably move on to M1, and it could be fun if it works. But this is the price you pay. You have to pay to be an early adopter of something. Gary, I would not know what you're talking about. Illuminox, good to see you, my friend. It's been a long time. Possibly a random question. Can you use a channel as a trigger for a compression on another channel? Example, on channel 4 is compress, then vocal is on channel 5. You mean sidechaining? Yeah, you have a lot of options for sidechaining on the Wing. Can I go into here? Yeah. This is my vocal. This is my talkback mic that we're looking at now. And the key source option are the 40 channel. You can't see it, but are the 40 channel. And also, once you have set that, you have option for the filter itself. So meaning, if you want to sidechain your bass with your kick drum, you can decide on how the crossover detector will work, and the key filter being your side chain here, it's the key input. You can decide if you want that to be flat, low pass, high pass, or just a band EQ. A lot of option when it comes to sidechain Illuminox. Jason, routing AES EBU. Yes. Really simple. Routing, output. Your AES EBU will be just here. Unlock your patch. By default, they're set to my main 1 and 2. But you can assign whatever you want. Actually, once you select AES EBU here, one shot, you have a menu that will appear on the right, and you can select whatever you want from there. Could be USB key playback, could be the oscillator, the user signal, the basically everything. Yeah, basically everything that you can send out to AES EBU. And as an input, if we go into this one, AES EBU input, you can pretty much do the same thing. It could be anything, basically, that you have here on the left. So local, you can send your local, you can send your everything. It can also be used for a channel. Example, my channel 30 here, I can come oscillator, AES EBU, ABS EBU 1 and 2. I can make that stereo. Let's say that you have a guitar modeler Helix, but you want to take the AES EBU out, you can send that into this. Okay, back to Neil. User assignable control level 1 and 2, same as F1 to 3. So here, okay, let's go again. Here, I'm in custom control on the right. I press the view and I press user. If I set, let's do for fun, I'm gonna set up a mute for this microphone. If I go, actually, what are the options? Mute, and I can mute my talkback, which is in channel 40. I'm gonna press mute on the console. Okay, that worked. That mute my microphone, and I'm gonna try F1 on top. Actually, it did not work. Interesting. As far as I know, the F function were not assigned. So I thought you... Actually, when you say the top, is it the... It's not working on my console. When I'm pressing the F1, this is what I'm doing right now. Nothing happened. I'm just going to change that too. Back to not assigned. Not assigned. There we go. This is strange because the F1 for me and the wheel under it do not do anything. Even when I'm on user. So let me know, guys, if I get something wrong. Maybe this is worth to do a video about that, because I don't think I thought the F keys were simply not assigned to anything. Illuminox. From the Automate homepage, Dente controller, Dente virtual sound card, and Dentivia are now both Intel-based Mac and Apple Silicon M1. So do your update the firmware, update the software, and it should be working. You need to enable it in setup menus, F keys. Okay, we're going to take a look at that. Let's go here, console view. It's going to be either on Surface. It's use custom control here. Oh, actually, yeah, they changed. So I can have access to my talking camera in my... Okay, that will work the same. It's just a copy as my top layer here. It's just further away from me, but I can definitely see a use for this, because if I'm changing page here on my custom control, they do not change. So I can have more stuff. Yeah, okay. Let's say by example that here's my setup. I'm sending out MIDI note to change my camera view in OBS with the console. On layer 1 through 4, because you have access to the knob under that 1 through 4. Actually, it's oh no, hold on. Okay, let me sort that out. Okay, right now I'm on F1. F1 meaning that I have the first 4 parameter of the top section of my custom control over the 4 knob on the right. If I press F2, it goes to layer 2 here with nothing assigned. If I press F3, here it goes to nothing assigned. And if I press main pan, it's just coming back to my regular description on the knob. But 1, 2, 3, 4 give you access to 4 layer of the first 4 knobs that you have here on the top. So basically what you can do is to have you can have 12 custom control, because if you are doing, actually you can have more than that if you want to quickly select up front, but you can have 8 here, and the second custom control could be, you have actually 4 more options there if you want to set that on another layer. And you can toggle between layer 1, 1 through 3, and actually, if I show you, it's going to be better. I just used it just for fun. But you can toggle between the 3 layer, and you can have, let's say, layer 4 on the custom control and use the 3 other. Yeah, okay, it's just a way to move around the console a little quicker, or to give you more custom control option. Not something that I personally use a lot. I'm using a tab tempo most of the time. Insert in and out if I'm using the pitch correction or not on the singer. And everything else is going to be a mute group. And I'm going to mix over with DCA. So for live use, I don't do a lot of action live. But maybe once we have show control, we can do more stuff with that. Because usually the section here is to control my effect, basically. And I don't need more than 8 knobs for encoder. If I ever need, now I know at least that I have 4 more there. But okay, I can see a use for it. It's definitely useful if you know that you're going to need a lot of quick access to control. But I don't. I try to run my shows as one big thing. You know, my old show, I have all my input in front of me. I don't change the patch per song. I don't work per song. I know some of you guys do, but I like to have the whole show together and just unmute what is on stage, mute what is not. And it just makes way more sense to me. Maybe when I'm doing musical, I do a lot of scene, but nowadays I just don't do them a lot. So maybe. Who knows? Full confirmation that Dente Via is 100% Apple Silicon ready. Require for future validation. So it's not ready. It's not confirmed that it's working. However, many consumers are already using it. So we recommend that you verify sustainability for your case. Okay. Thank you very much, Illuminux, for the precision, for the research on that. I hope that will help. Who was it? Arjun. I hope that will help you, man, and you will have your software working. Definitely, Ivan, give you some flexibility and command and quick action. Actually, yeah, you can set up something else on top there that you're not going to play a lot with, but if you want to have a visual display of what's going on with that setting, that can give you another display, another screen, another VU option. Because this is a complaint that I have from a non-user, somebody who was in the lookout for an upgrade over his X32, and he said, I would like to have, the meter page to display all my dynamic and compression and everything. You basically want to have an overview of his console. We end up saying that his best option was to use this menu instead, so the fader bank overview. But some people like to have, a lot of visual of what's going on the console. I prefer to have more. Well, I prefer to listen, but definitely if you want to see what's going on with some channel, the accent and everything, if you want to see that you sending out stuff somewhere, yes, it makes sense to have overview, but to each his own. Everybody hold on. Okay, Luminux, what did you find? Sorry, 2 years old post before sound card, virtual sound card 4.231 complementary 5. For macOS, Apple Silicon is the specific version that virtual soundtrack must be from to download from the software. So basically, you need to upgrade your software to the latest version, and it will work. Should work. That makes sense because I believe that the guy from Dante will be up to date on that. They got their stuff together. Let's put it out that way. They got their stuff together. I see 10 of you guys in the chat right now. Can you please give this video a like? I only see one as I'm watching on my screen on my iPad over there, but maybe it's more than that. 11 of you guys. Come on, you can give me some like, please. And of course, if you are not subscribed to the channel yet and you want to subscribe, actually like the guy that I had to kick out a few minutes ago. At least he had to subscribe to my channel to write that down, so that's a win for me. I got the W, my friend. Well, whatever. I got the W for the win on that one. But please, if you are here with us, subscribe, like this video, and if you want to support me a little more, try to become a member or a super member of the channel. That is helping me a lot to keep on going with this. From Ivan, X32 of all that in meter page. Yes, this is true, and this is what the user was looking for. But it would be good to have it on the Wing OS too, and RTA. Yeah, I know. The request has been made. Trust me. They heard that. It's just I personally try to give these guys some slack because people are getting upset for like really minute detail that just doesn't stop you from using the console. People going crazy with the offline editor. We don't have an offline editor. That was a discussion that I had this week on Facebook. People go crazy about that. Like, we want it. It makes no sense. 2 years after the fact, we don't have 2 years after the release, and we don't have a software editor. And I'm like, if you own a console, just program on it. I know it's easier to program at home. I do it all the time on X32. I'm lucky enough to have this thing in my basement, so if I ever need to build a show, I just flip it on and program a show on it. But it's a speed bump on the road to your destination. It doesn't stop you. It would just make things easier. Just try to relax. It will happen someday. Trust me, Behringer want to support this thing. Is just the world that we're living right now. I don't want to go over this again. The world that we're living right now is hard for companies. They just try to keep the boat on float. And trust me, one day they're not gonna pay people to do nothing in the office. When they will be ready, they will send people on getting all these features done on the console, on the operating software. But so far, I must say, I never heard of a console failing during a show. I never heard of anybody losing a show, or the software on the console is good. You have no idea how good it is because it just works. But software is not like that. For those of you who know MA Lighting, they released, the Grand MA2 and the Grand MA3. And people need to bring two of these because they fail during shows. I mean, it's a console that worth 80 grand, and they just fail in arena show, because this is the kind of console that you use when you tour in arena. The Wing is a sub $5,000 console for a market that is designed for first weekend warrior, then professional that want to buy their own gear. So, yeah, I mean, the fact that the firmware is that stable is a good thing. Stop complaining about it. You guys complain for no reason, because once we get once we get all the features that everybody wants, people still gonna have requests for stuff that doesn't exist. We're talking about a lot about the bus recall, the bus send recall option. This is never seen before. Some people will eventually develop that, and this is a new feature that will appear probably on other consoles. But just give them some time. I know it's not up to your schedule, but the guys are in overhead at work right now with the state of the world. So please, cut them some slack. Enjoy your console and make good music. Moving on to another question. From Andy, the overview now on Copilot is putting an iPad on the left and the right of the console display. And you have a big TV. What's going on? Really? Okay, I don't use the console with an iPad, so I would not know. Thank you very much for the precision, Illuminox. I didn't know I was at 11 like. Thank you very much, guys. I just don't see it. The YouTube app doesn't refresh, so I can see it. Ivan, new mixers, crazy request. Yeah, when some new console come out, good forever. Yeah. Mixing station is also a good option. It's free. Is Mixing Station free? I thought it was costing some money on it. Guys, I want you to please help me with Pierre's question. What is the best app? Oh, sorry, this is the answer, Ivan. Yeah, Mixing Station. Okay, Mixing Station. Pierre, Mixing Station. C'est ça l'application que tu as besoin. Get that for your musician on phone. Actually, let me ask you guys, how is the iPhone app for musician on the wing? I did not use it yet. I'm going to use it next week for a TV filming. I will take care of the lead singers and guest only. And the band, I will ask them to get the app for the console. Okay, but I don't see the effective bus. I'm not sure to understand what's going on here. Pierre, can you send me an email? Est-ce que tu peux m'envoyer un courriel encore? Je vais essayer de t'aider. Wing Q, but how good is it, Andy? On Mixing Station. Okay. I will download Mixing Station for iPhone. Is it working for iPhone or is it only Android? I'll know. But I need to get that stuff together because I will need it later this week. Because Wednesday, I'm leaving for 4 days of filming. The first day is set up. Yeah, maybe I can bring you guys along and do a quick vlog about it. Yeah, okay, I'll do it. Even if it goes a little bit against what I want to do, because I will have some artists there, some locally famous people there. I try to avoid that because this is not. I don't want to brag about what I'm doing. I just try to be as much on the informative side as possible. So that's just me. But maybe I can vlog it a little bit. It will be a TV set, so the light will be good, and I will try to get some sound. Andy, it's very good, but your connection must be good, router. It exists for iOS and Android. Okay, good. So I will try to download Mixing Station for iPhone. Help Pierre out with his problem later today. And after that, I will get it for some of my musician friends that I know will be on Android. Most of them are on iPhone, but some of them are Android. And this is something cool. A lot of consoles support both platforms pretty much at the same time. I'm going to guess those apps are easy to design, but we'll see. I just saw what time it is, and actually I have some training to do for somebody in a new event room today, in a new venue that I'm working, is the word that I should say here. It's a new venue, and I'm already too busy to work on there, but I have to go get my friend Simon and teach him how to operate that room, sound, light, rigging, more stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you very much, guys. I'm sorry for cutting the stream that short. Saying hi, do you have a quick question before we go? I'm on my way out here. I have a few minutes. Maybe I can have 1 or 2 minutes if anybody got a really important question that he's been shy to ask. Feel free. Neil, we found some connection unreliable unless using a fixed IP address for the wing. I always use a fixed IP address for the wing. For those of you who wonder where that is, it's in the setup remote. Right now it's on HTTP. It should not. It should be on static, and this is my IP address. So if you ever see me on a festival and you can crack my password, you can have my static address and have some fun with me moving my console around. That's probably never going to happen. Did you talk about the screen to save? On the X32, I can save 99 songs. All the saving stuff is happening in the library. you can save a snap file. This is all the show that I've kept in the wing because I had more than that, but I just delete those. Those are my mostly used setup that I've kept, my wing live stream setup. So this is what I got going on right now. My friend Simon's wings show, which involve a lot of routing and weird stuff. Five Roses FOH is my country band that I'm touring with. And this is just an event that I've kept the band because I think I'm going to do it again next year. So I just saved that. Also, on the if we talk about saving, this is a snap. This will save the old console, the old recall scope that you see there. You can also save some channel only. So if you have a channel for a guest or you alternate between band members, depending on your setup, you can save. You know, we had this conversation on Facebook this week. Somebody who swapped bass player. You can have bass player 1, bass player 2, and you have is setup, is gain, is compression, EQ, all saved there. If you have some effect, you can save some effect block that you like. Let's say that you have a really good reverb preset that you build for yourself. You can save that here. Routing is routing setup that you want to save. If you don't want to save that per scene, I would just personally just save that per scene. And if you have a USB stick, you can do the same thing, but you can select the USB stick instead of the internal drive, meaning the console. So that will be it for today. Thank you very much, guys. I'm cutting this stream short because I have to leave now. Thank you very much for watching this. Thank you very much for watching in playback. Thanks to the lovely member who were here today, Pierre. Merci beaucoup. People who stuck around, regular Andy, Ivan. Thank you for stopping by. All the other ones, you know who you are. Thank you very much for being here with me, guys. I really appreciate it. Until the next one, next Monday, or maybe a random stream this week. Who knows what can happen? And a video. I have to do a video. I want to. I'm just way over busy. Till the next one, guys, please take care of yourself. And I will see you all at least next week. Bye.